Alright, don't want to hold things up too much for it. That sucks. Going forward. So, yeah, to jump back into it, you said it's this guy from down under. Whether jokingly out of character or in character.
No, that wasn't character.
Deluclaire replied, haha, jokingly, yes, from very down under.
From very, very under?
Very under. That individual, he's got his fingers in as many things as he can get them into.
Hey.
But
Doing better than Elijah, just saying.
If you need the pulse of the street, he's a good place to start. And for a couple of those individuals, you may need him to find them.
And we are to find him at the street cat?
Yes, he frequents it every night.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know him by the overdressed, messy, drunk of a man milling about the other wretches in the place.
So you're saying he's a little like, he's like Jasper with both arms?
What?
He looked like Jasper with 2 arms. I'm just
Is that
joking.
supposed to be a pun?
I'm teasing you.
It's a pun.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a pun.
Yeah, it's a pun. Alright, anyway. Yeah, let's look over the notes and see what we got.
Okay.
It's funny how nobody asked me about my arm.
What
They
do
just
they
went
care?
with
You
This is 3 days
lost
later.
an arm.
It was 3 days. I figured I might cover it by
Yeah, like, calm down.
I would
Okay, let's put it
expect
this
that
way.
maybe somebody had said something about
What's-
your arm.
What would Jasper have told us about his arm? 'Cause, Jasper
Exactly.
shows up with 1 arm. I could just
Yeah,
looks at him like,
Yeah, what's even more funny is Jasper didn't say anything about his arm to us.
yeah.
Does he
If
need
we didn't
to?
talk to you about it, you didn't say anything to us.
True.
But it's been 3 days.
What
We
would Jasper
definitely said,
Is that what
Like,
that is? It's like your girl. She goes and gets her hair done, and then you don't notice right away. Jasper loses
don't
an
you
arm.
dare compare getting your hair done to losing an arm. Don't you dare.
Jasper's walking around, and like you guys are just—he's supposed to come up to you. So
You're right, you're right.
I lost an arm, and I want to know if you want to talk
Jasper,
about
you're looking
No,
skinny.
no.
You lose like 15 pounds? You're
That's
right.
hilarious.
Oh my god.
Jasper, you're looking a little lopsided.
I would assume naturally that this has come up
Yes,
in
please.
the days past. If someone intentionally would like for their character not to have talked to Jasper about his arm, let's make that clear now.
I definitely want to talk to Jasper about his arm. During the 3 days that we were skimming over.
Yeah, Echo would have tried to be discreet about it, but she still wants to know. Jasper,
Freaking needy.
is everything all right? You know, like, right, giving you room to wiggle out of it if you want to, but she's asking.
Mm. Okay.
Sylvan would have asked and then asked if there's anything that we need to like know about what happened to protect ourselves. Because if something took your arm, odds are they might want the rest of you. Right?
On that topic, does Sylvan tell us anything about his nemesis Clayton?
Yeah, exactly. Let's just give him ideas to take the rest of me.
No, I don't think Sylvan would have mentioned it at all.
Hmm.
Like, he would want to know more about it. Like, because all I kind of know right now is, hey, there's this kid. I don't even know if it's if it's more than a human. I don't know if it's Fae. I don't know if it's something else. And I don't even know if it's looking for me. Odds are it is.
Of course it is.
But
It needs an adult to take care of it. You know, you killed its family.
but
It's an orphan. You have a responsibility now.
More than a human.
You should just pawn him off on Echo, right? Like, she stopped in debt.
Don't know what I'm deadbeat dads.
Okay.
Alright, so we were getting into the notes before we got all distracted.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean.
Talking about that
Okay,
dumb
check
arm
this.
of yours you don't have.
Darian Michaels. Christine.
There's an arm there.
Oh, there is?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, go
The
for it.
Red Dragon.
5 people. So you get information on 5 people.
5, okay. So 3 lovers, 1
2.
business partner, 1 enemy.
2 lovers.
Okay, right.
2 business partners.
And 1 just enemy.
1 enemy.
Our objective is to protect this girl.
Right now it's to figure out who's trying to kill her, and then yes, protect her.
She's a woman. Okay.
Why don't we just set up at the ball, wait for something to happen, react to it, chase him down, and interrogate him?
So what you want to do is be surprised by the enemy.
Not surprised if we're waiting and ready.
Hey, at least it's the plan.
Well, it is one you don't know who it is or what firepower to bring in, right? That's just like that's
Okay.
one step above walking into the trap.
John,
I mean,
are you surprised if you're ready to be surprised? Come on.
I
Right.
think
Traps are just open casting calls for heroes.
I would like to point out, well, at the very least, we should maybe pay a visit to the person's blood who was on the page that was sent the declaration out.
Hey, that's
Okay, so
I mean,
so
that's gonna
what
happen.
happens if we investigate, let's just say, the enemy, Jin, Red Dragon, Han, right? And he doesn't want anything to do with her at this point in time. But now we're investigating him. Now that's going to open up questions, stir up the hornet's nest. Now we got more than one enemy to worry about. What happens if that's the case? Or if we're going after both of these lovers, and then all of a sudden one lover is ready to kill her at the ball, and now this lover is thinking about doing the same thing because we started investigating that.
All right.
Like,
I feel
you're
you.
staring up hornet's nest here.
I feel you and I get you. But the worst thing we can do right now is get into the what if game. Because then we're just sitting around saying what if and not doing it. We have to do stuff to make it happen. So, I think right now we're at a good spot. Maybe we go. I know where the blood came from. We go check that next. That matches one of our names. Well, pretty sure.
I see no reason why the blood shouldn't be the first stop.
Yeah, definitely.
It just seems like the easier one to go here.
Yeah.
okay. All right. We do that.
Seems like it would be
First
like.
Then when you're ready, we can kind of just go over the 5 people and what little bit of information you have about them and who they are.
Okay.
Or whenever you're ready, we can do it right now and do the blood later. But you do have more information than just the names, and I will enlighten you when you would like it.
Are we okay? We need information. Are we wanting to go to the person who donated the blood now, or should we wait towards the day? Since this thing is a vampire adventure, maybe he's more vulnerable. She's more vulnerable. If it's the person, right?
The other side is that we might not be able to get any information out during the day if they won't talk to us, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I can see both sides of this because, right, knowing when
I
the week
hear
is.
you.
Like, I would suggest waiting for the daytime. Let's go do a visit on the. We going in to kill some bitches.
Well, or, I mean,
Right now, we're trying to find out who we need to kill.
I'm just saying, if the blood matches the name,
Oh
we
my
might be
gosh.
killing some bees
Yeah, flip it
before the
around.
party.
She
Fear of
hires
it,
you
baby's
guys
turn.
to stop the killer in a time in her life when she's trying to turn a new leaf and has been trying not to burn bridges, and you guys turn into an impromptu group of inexperienced vampire hunters on a murdering spree.
It's hilarious to think about like the consequence. If we just walk back to like, hey, so we killed everyone on the list. We're good now, right?
Just leave a note in the name of Vanessa. We slay you.
We knocked
Beef?
it out. What if we just send them all red dots?
Do it. Oh my god.
Oh my. Okay, this game will take a completely different direction for the worse for everybody involved.
Let's put out. Okay, let's do that. Let's put out in a newspaper ad that we're like saving people against the red dot. Wait 3 days, then send out the red dots, so they have to come to us.
Saving people against the red dot. Send a red dot to the red dragon. I dare you.
I mean, with a name like the Red Dragon, he can't be too bad, right?
At least 2 of you are making new characters just on
he's
principle.
probably a chump.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, I'm just gonna roll dice and pick 2 of you to make new characters and describe how you died.
I swear to God, if we
Hey, I got
go to
a
this
free
red,
one.
if we go to this Red Dragon's house, and he's like this ungodly freaking or godly powerful dude that looks sexy, and it's like his next lover, it's gonna be one of those memes where it's like the god she tells you not to worry about you. It's like, good lord.
That'd be
Alright.
funny if we go to the Red Dragon's house and he's literally a fucking dragon.
Whoa, calm down.
Like, he's just a dragon.
Don't give it away.
Alright. So we got names. Let's get information now, right? Let's just
Yeah,
get it.
let's do the info now.
So we know what we're walking into.
Okay. Darian Michaels.
Write it down.
Mhm.
This guy was kind of a well-known bruiser or brute in the city, the community of vampires. He did work for the prince. To call him a thug would undersell him. He was an animalistic, is an animalistic type of vampire. You guys don't really know, but like gangrel.
Mhm.
So he has a bit of a reputation for that sort of animalistic side in nature. But he's well accomplished as far as prince serving muscle. He hasn't really been in the service of the prince or any sort of official capacity working for the court of vampires. He's more or less been off the grid and out of work officially, as far as the report knows, for the last few years, 4 years. After his relationship with Vanessa ended. He went into a self-destructive downward spiral. Stopped working for the court. Disappeared off the map. Still reportedly in the city. Location unknown.
Okay.
Christine. Bit of a quintessential, typical vampire. A lover of art and beauty. She sings at a local jazz club. Where'd my tabs disappeared?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry, I got a list of names. My outline disappeared from me. Let's call it the Glass Garden Blues.
And what happened there? I mean, the relationship. Like, why should a list?
So she was involved with Vanessa for a while in the last few years, and their relationship fell out 2 years ago. She made the list because of the drama that she caused afterwards. She had made a lot of death threats openly about Vanessa, talking about spilling her blood into the street, lying bitch, explicative this. Christine was very vocal about her angry disposition, her murderous disposition towards Vanessa.
It wasn't a good breakup.
It wasn't, and it filled the vampire community. Christine's a bit of a social butterfly, attends all the vampire events and stuff, so the drama kind of spread through the community with the volume.
Mm-hmm. And then we got Shifter.
Shifter is a shady type. This guy is a criminal smuggler. He lives and operates
Han
in
Solo.
Chicago. Yeah, a bit of a Han Solo type of character. He had business deals with Vanessa. Shortly after she'd moved into the city, the Crimson Virgin wasn't her first business, but she had a place a lot like it where vampires could go to get an easy drink or any other craving of flesh that they desired. And her product came from human trafficking. Shifter was her guy. Ultimately, that enterprise went under. She was trying to come clean, and there's a lot of speculation about what exactly happened. It's still a bit of a mystery, but ultimately, several decades ago, the place burned down, and those two parted ways. In their last few deals, Shifter was still trying to push goods on her that she wasn't buying, and it turned into just short of like street warfare.
Okay.
Drake Connorfield, self-made man, came to Chicago when it was a young city, started his own business. It was successful. He legitimately entrepreneured another restaurant and then another establishment and another establishment in the last few decades. Drake has gathered a small collection of restaurants and clubs that he quote unquote legitimately runs in Chicago. The big thing with him is he's always tried to be free of the local gang pressures that have been ever present in Chicago. And so he himself has sort of turned into a mild-mannered minor mafia member, or Don. But ultimately, he's not like a big criminal type. He's just local firepower. So
He's just good
watching
enough to
his
keep
own.
away from everybody else's, under everybody else's stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
hmm.
And here the business is a little shaky. The notes don't really tell you what they had to do with each other. But when she was starting up the Crimson Virgin Enterprise, her and Drake came to blows a couple of times. Interests and whatnot in the city. Business interests.
Okay. I think I got most of that. And the red dragon.
The Red Dragon is the now leader of a small group of assassins from the Orient. The Red Dragon himself is Chinese. He is something right out of the annals of the old world, much like where Vanessa is from.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really sure why he came to Chicago, but he currently operates out of it. And in the past, some century or so ago, she killed his sister.
I'm back, but I'm feeding a baby.
And it's killed with an asterisk.
Oh. One of those types, huh?
What's that mean?
I don't know, but
Who are you asking?
I imagine it's not just killed. Yeah, we should ask Delaclaire, like, so what did happen to the red dragon sister?
Oh, that's... Well, as you might know, Lady Ionesco has been working forward to purge herself of certain sins found ugly even in our community. It's natural for our kind to kill, murder, to feed and drink from the lesser creatures of the night. But from other vampires, this becomes a razor's edge. There is something a vampire can do beyond feeding, an act of eternal destruction. It is a process of dominating another's soul in a physical act of feeding and willfully destroying them entirely.
So it's like...
The crime is known as diablerie. It's a sin that Vanessa is all too familiar with.
Damn. That's
The
that's a big deal, isn't
former
it?
Red Dragon was her last victim of this sort. It was over 100 years ago.
Oh. Hmm. Okay.
I added him to the list for obvious reasons. With the event coming up, the Red Ball, it signifies a cleansing in our people's eyes, of forgiveness for past transgressions. And Vanessa has earned it, at least in the eyes of the Prince, over the last few decades. And so if she passes the test, she will be forgiven for his sister's murder. Not something that I think he would agree with.
I see. Do you know where we might find any of these characters?
Reading through the notes, if I did not mark them with an asterisk, you have their location in the notes. So that's, that's Christine and Drake. Their addresses are given there, or at least where you can find them.
So, Christine and Drake.
Yes. Darian's whereabouts are unknown. Shifter as
Shifter's
well,
sneaky.
and Red Dragon,
Dragon Red. Okay.
which kind of seems obvious, you know.
Yep.
Which might be why you need a street guide to help you
Mm-hmm.
find them.
To help us along on our path here. All right. Mr. Leclerc, this is excellent information. Thank you very much. Hello, baby.
I have Streetwise if we want to start asking around.
Well, we have a lead already for A, where the blood came from, and B, a guide that can help us out.
It could come in handy, finding the
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
Definitely.
since all you have is a 2-letter name and a location.
True.
What's your streetwise?
4.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, dang, they should have been leaning on you this whole time.
Yeah, I know. Kids were distracting.
That's
alright.
fine. That's fine.
And now I got a baby. I'm trying to get back to sleep. But I'll roll whatever you need me to roll.
He'll roll whatever you need to roll.
Oh,
He keeps rolling.
All right. So let's do this. Is everybody down to continue this for another like extended period? You know, another 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's take a short break here, intermission, and then we'll come back in like 5 minutes or 10 if you need to put the baby down. A few minutes.
Okay.
I mean, he's laying on me, so
10 minutes is good.
Okay, 10 minutes is good.
All right.
So we'll come back in about 10 minutes, and then we'll press on to the next part.